This is the Pashmina is there or some other thing is there, and the feel of that is the feel of the fabric. Second qualitative analysis is burning test. By burning the small part of the yarn, we can easily find out whether it is Pashmina is there or any other fiber is there. And the third is microscopic test. And third is some stains are there, some staining materials are there. If you use that stain, it will show the blend and other things. That is followed by a quantitative analysis and the chemical method. So after finding out, suppose in the fabric, Pashmina blended fabric, we find that it is a Pashmina is there and cotton is there, or Pashmina is there, some viscose is there, or Pashmina nylon is there, or Pashmina is blended with acrylic, adulterated with acrylic. Then based on the qualitative analysis, we will go for the quantitative analysis. So how much blending is there in that fabric? For that, first we have to remove the finishing materials. So what people will do in the processed stage, Pashmina fabric, after making it, they will put heavy finishing material on the fabric. So it is very difficult. They will mask the original feeling, feeling of the material. So we have to remove the finishing chemical, and then we have to dissolve any one of the material. Whether we can dissolve the Pashmina or the other fiber. By dissolving we have to take the known weight of the material and dissolve one portion or two portions. Then from the weight difference, we can find out Pashmina is available in this much percentage, other fiber is available in this much percentage. That is the this is the general procedure. We have to follow it up. So in the case of preliminary identification, you can see this is the highest standard they have given clearly. So if any material is there, first method is a burning test. From the burning test, we can find out the different fibers. Suppose nylon is there, it will produce bead formation will be. It will not be completely, it will not converted into ash. It will be bead formation because nylon is a synthetic fiber, and the bead also will have a round hard bead strings with flame. Then it is a nylon. So otherwise, if it is Decran is there, if it is acrylic is there, melt and burn rings, and there are different things. You can go through it. It is available under any website also. This all the BIS standards are available online. So we have to follow as per this burning test. So in this case, our interest is in the fourth row column you come. So if it is wool is there or silk is there, these both are and protein fibers. So our Pashmina will come under this category. So if Pashmina is there, there won't be any bead formation, but the fiber will burn slowly, leaves black, fluffy ash, smell of burnt hair. This will be the thing. This will be common for all the wool, silk as well as Pashmina fiber. So all the three fibers will show similar result. So from that, after this burning test, we have to treat that fiber with the alkaline lead acetate. So if we are treating with the alkaline lead acetate, if it is Pashmina is there, it will have a blackening effect. So wool Pashmina will have a blackening effect. But if it is silk is there, there will not be no blackening possibility. So it will be the light grey will be there. Pashmina is there, it will be a black color residue will be there. So after that, suppose if it is there, if we find out, suppose silk is blended with the Pashmina, then we can tell silk is also there and Pashmina is also there. Then from that, then we are going to the microscopic analysis, in which we can see the modulation and the camping hair. So if modulation is there, then it is with the carpet wool or any Angora wool is there, then modulation will be there. If there is no medulla, then again it is a possibility that wool or Pashmina is there. So from the modulation also, if modulation is there, then we have to treat with the methyl salicylate. If it is floats, then it is a wool. If it is after that, if you are treating with the alcohol, then it is Angora lactate. If it is mohair is there, after treating with the methyl salicylate, the mohair and the camel hair and alpaca, it sinks. So if from this table we can easily find out. Pashmina is blended with the wool, or if it is blended with the mohair, or if it is blended with the alpaca or camel, pine camel, means baby calf camel fiber, which has a similar structure like Pashmina. So this is the preliminary test. From this test, we can find out whether Pashmina is there, or Pashmina is blended with nylon, or Pashmina is blended with cotton, or any cellulosic fiber. Cellulosic fiber means cotton, rayon, and everything. Or Pashmina is blended with these things. Then we have to note down in that fabric, from the preliminary qualitative analysis, Pashmina is there, or nylon, Pashmina is there, and along with that, cotton is mixed, viscose is mixed, or nylon is mixed. We have to find out this analysis. So after that, there are two principles. So once you find there are two blends, viscose is there, polyester is there, nylon is there, acrylic is there. Here we have to use two principles. We have the two options. First option is we can dissolve the Pashmina portion. Our second option is we can dissolve the other portion, viscose portion, or polyester portion, nylon portion, or acrylic portion, by the chemical method, by using a specific solvent. So suppose if it is a major thing, suppose Pashmina is, if we want to tell Pashmina is blended, we want to just confirm it whether Pashmina is there or not. Then the simple method is that, this method is Pashmina or wool. This method is we have to treat the fabric with the alkaline hypochlorite solution. So alkaline hypochlorite solution dissolve Pashmina or any wool content in the fabric, leaving the cellulosic or polyester or nylon, everything will not dissolve in that solution. So this is the golden standard. So you take the Pashmina material and you dissolve the Pashmina portion, and you find out how much Pashmina or wool content is there in the method. So the residue is collected, washed, and a difference from the difference we can find out. So in this thing, the scope is that, suppose you can see the scope, wool and other animal fiber, that is cashmere, that means Pashmina, mohair, silk, protein fiber blended with cotton, copramonium rayon, viscose rayon, modal acrylic, fluorofibers, nylon, polyester, polypropylene, and polypropylene polyamide bicomponent. If anything is there, with this alkaline hypochlorite solution, only Pashmina will be dissolved. Remaining portion, any other fibers given in this list will not dissolve in the alkaline hypochlorite solution. So this is a golden method. From that you can find out in the particular fabric how much Pashmina is there. You can quantitatively you can tell. Suppose 80% Pashmina is there, 90% Pashmina is there. So you can easily find out. So this is the method. So sodium hypochlorite solution containing 35 plus or minus 2 gram per liter active chlorine. We have to take to that solution. We have to add 5 gram per liter of previously dissolved sodium hydroxide. This is the solvent for the Pashmina. So apparatus is nothing only we have to take the conical flask with the minimum capacity of 250 ml. So this is the conical flask. You take the fabric or fiber on that, and you put it in the, you take the solution, 1 gram per 100 ml solution. For 1 gram, add 100 ml of solution, that sodium hypochlorite and sodium hydroxide mixed solution. Add 100 ml of solution, agitate vigorously to get out to remove the specimen for 40 minutes in a water bath at 20 degrees Celsius or any ambient condition. This is the method. After this you filter the contents in the flask. So all the Pashmina portion will be dissolved and the remaining portion will be there in the flask, and you filter it through Wattman filter paper, as well as you can also use the vacuum apparatus to filter the contents, undissolved portion, and you weigh it. So how much the residue is there. And also you can also do some dilute acid washing, so that completely the residue is removed. After that you calculate the weight loss, that is the of your Pashmina content. So P is the percentage of clean dry insoluble component. So that you see the formula, it is for insoluble component. So M0 is the dry mass of the specimen, that is 1 gram we have taken here. And M1 is the dry mass of the residue. So after dissolving it, what will be the M1? D is the correction factor. It is normally you can keep it as 1 only. Suppose you have taken the Pashmina is there. So Pashmina content is 60%. So here the percentage dry mass is 1 gram. And if it is 60% Pashmina is there, so the dry mass of the residue will be 0.4 gram. So you will get the 60% of the 40% is the dry insoluble component. Maybe it may be a polyester, it may be the cotton. That is a 40%. So 1 minus 100 minus 40, so 60% will be the Pashmina content. Like that, you can calculate the Pashmina content in this method. So you understand this method? Anyway, all the people clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir.
Okay. Then this is the first method.
Yes, sir.
Here we are dissolving the Pashmina. So here also instead of sodium hypochlorite, that is our household bleach, we can take lithium hypochlorite. So lithium hypochlorite, one advantage is that it is a solid, that chlorine content will not reduce it. So sodium hypochlorite, if you are using it over the period of time, the chlorine content will gradually decrease. So sometimes during analysis it will lead to some false result. So instead of sodium hypochlorite, you can take lithium hypochlorite. So lithium hypochlorite is solid, and there this chlorine will not always in a fixed percentage. So whenever you want, you can dissolve it that same concentration, and you can use it so that there won't be any false reading in this. So suppose the next method is, as I told, here the other method is, we are keeping Pashmina as such, we will be dissolving the other blend, the minor blend. Suppose nylon is there, polyester is there. So for that, these are the methods. Suppose Pashmina is blended with the nylon, and here the wool content less than. So if we are treating that fabric with the formic acid, 80%, so the nylon will be dissolved and Pashmina will not dissolve. And the procedure is same. We have to take it in the conical flask, 100 ml of formic acid per gram of the specimen, and then you treat it for 15 minutes at room temperature and with the intermediate shaking. So in this case, nylon portion is dissolved and the Pashmina will be the insoluble component. Like the previous I told, the same equation, we can find out how much Pashmina is there. So in the blend, so this is for Pashmina nylon blend. Suppose Pashmina is blended with cellulose acetate. For that, acetone is solvent. So you take a 1 gram of material, 80 ml of aqueous acetone, you take it and shake it for 1 hour in a mechanical shaker, and then decant the liquid through the weight filter crucible. Add 60 ml of acetone again. So you have to repeat the dissolution for 2-3 times, and afterwards you calculate the weight difference. So if acetate fiber is blended, acetate will be completely removed, only the remaining portion is Pashmina. Similarly, if your Pashmina is mixed with the triacetate or polylactate fibers, polylactate fibers are special fibers from the milk protein. So here we are taking dichloromethane as a solvent. So the scope is that cellulose, triacetate, polylactate with wool, other animal fiber, silk, protein, cotton. So in this method, the cellulose acetate or polylactate will be dissolved by taking 100 ml of dichloromethane per gram of the specimen, and 30 minutes we have to treat it with the shaking condition, and the finally weight difference is there. Here the method is that if it is cotton is there, it will not dissolve. So for that only, as I told previously, you have to do the preliminary analysis and confirm that Pashmina is there or cotton is there. If Pashmina, cotton and polylactate is there, the remaining difference is Pashmina plus cotton. That you have to remember. So any method you have to see what is the scope that is given in the first line. So wool fiber also will not dissolve in the dichloromethane, as well as cotton also will not dissolve, silk also will not dissolve. The weight difference here it is coming without preliminary analysis, it may be a Pashmina, it may be Pashmina is a protein fiber, amide fiber. It contains very difficult to blend. You could not understand. You know it is already adulterated with something, but you don't know how to do it. Just by I talked to Dr.Asif, he told already you have this apparatus. So by using the standard method is there, you can determine the nitrogen content is there. Then from that you can find out whether any adulteration is there. Normally this method is for jute and Pashmina. Jute contains 0.2% of nitrogen compared to Pashmina, which has more than 10% nitrogen. Propylene or acrylic fiber, all the fibers. Suppose silk is there. Silk is blended with the Pashmina. You treat with 75% sulfuric acid. Silk will dissolve in the 75% sulfuric acid. As I told previously, cotton also will dissolve in 75% sulfuric acid. And polypropylene, if it is blended with the Pashmina, you treat it with the xylene, boiling xylene solution. So polypropylene portion will be dissolved. If it is blended with acrylic, then you can use a dimethyl formamide. Suppose this is a very common blend in this thing, adulteration. Suppose Pashmina is blended with acrylic. So acrylic is a synthetic fibers. By using the burning test itself, you can find out the acrylic content, or you can use the microscopic structure where the scale for acrylic fibers scale structure will not be there. Even if you are not able to find out if it is completely processed, you can use dimethyl formamide, that is a particular chemical. If you treat dimethyl DMF, acrylic portion will be dissolved and Pashmina portion will not dissolve on it. Suppose cotton is there, you can treat with 70% sulfuric acid, so that cotton will completely dissolve at 70% sulfuric acid. Viscose is 60% sulfuric acid, it will completely dissolve. So these are the dissolution methods for the other blends apart from Pashmina. So these are that is more about this thing. There are two methods. You remember, we have to do the preliminary analysis to find out qualitative analysis like burning test, microscopic test, and staining test. Followed by then you have to remove the whatever the residues, means finishing chemical present on the fabric, and then you can decide whether you want to dissolve the Pashmina portion or the other portion. So use this method, then you will at the end of the experiment you will find out completely what will be the Pashmina content in your fabric and the content of other fiber portions.
The topic is open for discussion. I'll start myself first. You know, sir, regarding blending, I had two queries. One is that sodium hypochlorite, you asked about sodium hypochlorite.
Yes.
Normally, जहाँ हम कर रहे हैं ना या अभी तक हम करते हैं, हम सीधे अल्कली सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Why there is a need of going for sodium hypochlorite?
Sodium hypochlorite is exactly precise. Some of the other fibers, like suppose polyester is there. Suppose if you are using sodium hydroxide, strong hydroxide, polyester also will dissolve some portion of the polyester. Okay. So in that case you will get some false result. Suppose Pashmina is blended with the fiber, which other fiber will dissolve, only Pashmina will dissolve. That's why in the standard method they are using sodium hypochlorite.
So is it ISO or BIS? BIS is
both methods. ISO also there and BIS also there. That is the standard method if you want to measure the wool content or protein fiber content or Pashmina.
And next question is that you talked about this nylon. Nylon. We normally what we are doing in our lab, we normally use HCl for distillation of nylon. But you mentioned some other chemical.
No, same. Nylon is nylon. HCl also you can use, or formic acid.
Formic acid, yeah.
Formic acid is actually what happened is that HCl, that purpose of HCl. So suppose for spinning purpose we have blended with the nylon and then we are removing the HCl. Now we are removing the nylon portion using the HCl. But normally HCl, this nylon standard solvent is formic acid.
Yes, sir.
Formic acid also it can be used for dissolving.
Let me summarize the things what you taught, what you said. If you allow me to summarize the things within 2-3 minutes, please allow me. I will summarize your lecture in 2-3 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, my dear participants, actually the lecture was regarding the identification of fibers by using chemical methods. What sir told that basically there are few methods by which we can go for the identification of Pashmina. These include physical methods, burning test, other things. So in that case, since the Pashmina and the synthetic fibers are having different chemical composition, so we can differentiate them by different methods. If there is a wool and Pashmina that is having the same chemical composition as protein, so by chemical methods we cannot differentiate those fibers. So we have to go for the morphological assessment, जो कि हमने परसों की लैब में आपको दिखाया था कि by identifying, seeing the skill structure of different fibers, we can identify. But once you came to know that this is having some synthetic fibers associated with natural fibers, we will go for chemical methods. Sir told his lecture that there are two methods. Either we will dissolve Pashmina part, leaving other synthetic fibers there, or we will dissolve the synthetic fibers one by one and leaving Pashmina there. For example, you have few blends there, nylon is there, viscose is there, and Pashmina is there. What we will be doing, either we will dissolve first in alkali, we will dissolve, what is being done? We have a known quantity of Pashmina fabric. This is a distinctive method. We have known quantity of Pashmina will be heat. Then we will dissolve that in the chemicals. Pashmina portion will be dissolved, and then we filter that portion, residue, take that and dry it. Then weigh it again. We will see how much loss in weight is there. So once we will come to know that there is a loss of 1 gram, we will come to know that in that particular sample there was a Pashmina was 1 gram. Okay. If we will go by the other chemical methods, we will dissolve in a formic acid or what we call it, HCl. Once it will dissolve, rest of the things will be like that. So we will come after test, after drying that sample, that residue will come to know that much quantity of nylon was there. It has been dissolved by using chemical like HCl other things. Then we came to know that this is nylon. Pashmina भी हमको पता है कितना, अब nylon भी आ गया. अब जो बाकी residue रह गया, उसको हम और methods start करेंगे, जिससे we will come to know this viscose, this rayon, this other things. So we can get a complete composition of the blend in a Pashmina shawl or in a fabric by using these chemical methods by dissolution and then weighing the residue and coming to know how much residue is left and कितना dissolve हो गए कौन सा, because we are knowing कौन सा chemical हमने डाला. So I think sir, is it okay sir?
Okay sir, one more thing I want to tell, especially it will be useful. Suppose we used to finish the Pashmina material with some synthetic polymers. Silicones are very thermosetting polymers and all. So in that case, you take the Pashmina fiber. It may be 100% Pashmina only, but you put it in the substrate apparatus, and you can use petroleum ether as well as acetone or any other solvent. I think dichloroethane. All these solvents are there. You treat it for at least 3 hours, you completely boil it and you take it to the substrate apparatus and you completely extract the add-on finishing chemicals. So all these polymers, silicones and all will be removed. Suppose if you are using any water or anything, it is very difficult to find out how much finished add-on is there, how much chemical they have added on the Pashmina fabric. So you can use the substrate method by using the solvents. You treat it for 3 hours or 4 hours so that all the finishing chemicals are removed and you determine the weight difference. So after removing what is the weight of that fabric and what is then you can find out how much finishing chemicals are added on the fabric. That is also very important. Sometimes I have seen the Pashmina fabric is heavily finished with the silicone. They put, suppose 70 gram is there, in that some 10 gram, 15 gram will be your finishing chemicals. So that also analysis also you can do. In that also you will find out what will be the add-on percentage on the 100% Pashmina. That is another one thing.
Yes, sir. Normally it is being used. We have a diverse group of participants here. In that, there are a few Pashmina manufacturers and who are involved in the manufacturing and marketing. They can help us in that. If somebody wants to comment on that, what kind of finishing substance are we adding in the Pashmina shawls? Anybody among you?
Some chemicals they are adding it. I think they are adding some chemicals over it.
Normally, I also read it somewhere, or I have they are finishing, giving a final finish by using silicone. So is it true?
Yes. Is it true? And they put a lot of some 10% silicone. So they will
इसको हम सर softener बोलते हैं, शायद softener भी बोलते हैं.
Softener बोलते हैं. We are using this as a softener. That is normally we put 0.5% to 1%. But some people suppose fabric is very weak and the fiber is damaged. So to mask the effect, they will put this silicone chemical and then they will mask it. So after 2-3 usage, then what will happen? It will remove. Then your fabric will be that all the texture will release and also it will damage. Also pores will be formed. All these. So that also for the industry perspective. So how much they have added the other portions apart from Pashmina. That for that you have to use oxalate apparatus and you can exactly find out how much it is chemical is added on the fabric. That we are normally called as a add-on percentage.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think it's done, sir. I thank you for this beautiful lecture. Because this will help them. In earlier lectures, we used to have other identification methods like physical methods, and now after your lecture, there's another lecture from S.K. Gupta sir from Wildlife Institute of Dehradun, Wildlife Institute of India, Dehradun. He is talking about the molecular techniques, how we can identify the lecture. Sir, I will share the link with you also. If you will join that. That is the lecture that is going to happen.
Which institute, sir?
Sir, Wildlife Institute of India.
Wildlife Institute.
Yes, sir. He will be joining, I think, around 11:30 के आसपास. So I thank you for your precious time. Unfortunately, you were already on Saturday also. You were already on Monday also. But on Saturday there was a internet breakdown here. We could not connect you. On yesterday we were not busy. We were not having any free slot available. So I'm sorry for that. We kept you.
No issue. Actually, we are arranging one international conference on 6 to 8. Due to that only I could not come to Sri.
Okay. It would have been.
We can take that practical also there.
Yes, sir. No, I will show them. I will myself show them.
So now you understand, sir.
Today, I will show them today itself. I will show them how the fibers can be dissolved. Different types of fibers and different chemicals can be dissolved. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, we have some token of love from our side. We have kept a memento. This is a handicraft item.
Okay.
I will receive this on. I will give this to myself on your behalf.
Yes, sir.
We will dispatch this thing to